Hey Avery, how you doing?
Yeah. Hey, Dad. How's it going?
Yeah, really good, really good. It's awesome to have you back on the Truck Focus podcast. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
hopping
Thanks
back
for
on.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's been a little bit, a couple, maybe about a week or so, I'd say, since our last episode.
Yep. Yep.
So by the time people are listening to this, we have officially launched, which is
Yeah.
super exciting. Truck Focus podcast has been, I'd say, our family mission for probably a year now. And yeah, so knowing we've launched, everything is live. It's really cool because lives are being impacted, lives are being changed, and yeah, it's just awesome that you've been able to join the every step of the way
Yep.
from.
I totally agree. Also, I want to introduce and a shout out to Custom Decals YYC for this awesome Patrick sticker that they give my dad so that he can give me to put on my favorite water bottle that I use when we're creating the podcast, like right now.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, thank you very much to Ryan and the team at Custom Decals YYC. Super unexpected, very cool gift, and yeah, I highly recommend checking them out if you're in the Calgary area. And yeah, awesome shop, great crew. Yeah, I was there about 2 weeks ago, and just really, really good people. Really serving our community in a really good way. So that was really nice that they were able to do that, and obviously with
Yeah.
Avery.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
that's
all.
awesome. So well, like anything worthwhile when you're creating it, there's a lot of planning that takes place, a lot of goals that have to be written down, a lot of to-do lists, if you want to put it that way. One of my favorite speeches is Denzel Washington says that a dream is just a dream until it's written down. Once you write it down, it becomes a goal. But in order to obtain the goal, you have to make checklists, make points of notes, things that you can pursue day in, day out. That way you can actually obtain that goal. So for us and our family, the Truck Focus podcast was first a dream, then it became a goal. Then we started taking action items to actually, have it become something tangible. And here we are. So super exciting. But while we were launching this, we've also been up to quite a few different other things that we
Yep.
feel are important, just obviously to serve our industry. And it's super cool that we can do it together. I think just as you grow up and you continue to value professional drivers and just the industry as a whole, you'll really look back at times like this and be like, yeah, I remember we did that. Oh yeah, that was fun doing that. And
Yeah. I
then,
totally agree.
so it's pretty gnarly. So why don't I'll give you the floor, but what are some things that we've been up to that you wanted to quickly talk about?
Okay, so one of the projects we have been working on lately is a YouTube channel. We've been creating YouTube videos for our YouTube channel. Just we try to do a daily positive video, just help everybody through these tough times, and just make sure that everyone's happy, and just shout out to the areas that we've been to and the professional drivers that go by there.
Yeah, you're right. So anyone that wants to check it out, just go to youtube.com and search Truck Focus Podcast. And as Avery said, the goal is really just to be a light during a challenging time. So part of that's a positive message. If it's from Avery himself, myself, or us together. Some of it's when we're going on little mini road trips. We like to just explore, okay, what areas can professional drivers, where can they go? Where can they stay? Where can they grab a coffee? So yeah, we've definitely done a handful of videos of that, as well as just different industry events, which is super exciting. So different things that are changing in the industry, legislation, maybe new technology. And yeah, so it's really cool that we've launched that over this time period. And yeah, what else, bud?
Another thing that we've been working on is the podcast. We have recently uploaded it's the third episode, because right now this is the fourth episode. We uploaded a third episode of the podcast, and that one was about a movement that was going on earlier in, I say, mid 2020, and it was called Thank a Trucker.
Yep.
And we talked about how if or because if you guys watched the episode, you'll remember how we talked about my drawing and the picture I drew for the Finger Trucker movement, and just how it just blew up all over the internet unexpectedly, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was just, even recording the episode was really cool because there's a lot of hindsight in that episode. just things that we're grateful for. And as Avery mentioned, your photo, which was super cool, that went viral when the pandemic first happened. And yeah, we don't want to lose sight of our appreciation for professional drivers. So we definitely felt it was appropriate to have a video and a podcast episode specifically for just thanking drivers and what we're thankful for. And yeah, that was super cool. What else have we been
Yeah,
up to, buddy?
we have been working on because 20 Christmas of 2020, you got a super cool camera called the GoPro, and because we got the GoPro, what we wanted to and have been using it for is truck videos. So sometimes we just like you said, go on mini road trips just to go explore. We just been going around just videoing trucks just to see how awesome they are and what they can do, and just put them in like a little montage of just awesome trucks going by, awesome music, and crazy effects that are being edited and put into the video to make it more interesting and more awesome.
Yeah, that's right. So the GoPro, absolutely one of the best gifts. So thank you. Maybe pretty emotional, I'd say, at Christmas time. Just something that, again, it was on my wish list for a little while, and then my family surprised it. So Avery, his little brother Bentley, and my wife Kathy, which obviously is the mom. And yeah, just I like what I think I'd like most about the gift is it's something I've wanted, so it's really cool. But when I
Yep.
know the impact these videos will have on our industry and those that are working within, I think that was why it was so touching. Is like it's really cool to make videos, but when you know that it's to thank drivers or to educate the industry or people maybe that want to join the industry but aren't actually sure what transportation is all about. I think that was again one of the highlights because there's always a misconception in my experience on what transportation is. A lot of times people think trucking, quote unquote, is what you see when you're traveling down the highway, the big truck, the big trailer, sometimes two trailers, and people think, oh, that's trucking. But in reality, that's only a small part of trucking because commercial vehicles, it's all defined by weight. So it's all defined depending on which province that you're in. It's defined based off the gross vehicle weight rating. So when you go to the registry, you have to register a vehicle for a certain amount, and that's actually how trucking is defined. So anything over 4,500 kilograms for a federal carrier. So if you cross either national borders or provincial borders, it's anything over 4,500. And then in the province of Alberta, it's anything over 11,793 kilograms. So when you think about what is trucking, and maybe people have no idea they wanted to become a commercial driver, there's different licensing, there's different job scopes. So it's not just a tractor trailer. And I know that's a big piece, but it's a big piece, but it's a small sector compared to everything else. So if you think about like a moving truck that is just a box cube van, depending how they register the weight, that's a commercial vehicle. You have different like telecommunications companies that have like the trucks with the booms on them. That also, depending on the weight, is a commercial vehicle. You have tons and tons of equipment haulers. So things that I used to operate, where some of it's a tractor trailer, some of it's a flat deck hauling equipment. That's also a commercial vehicle. But then you get like the landscape companies. So you can get an F-350 and a trailer where you say you need to haul a Bobcat. Well, again, depending how you register that vehicle, it's also a commercial vehicle. So the purpose of creating industry videos, it's to highlight, like I love over the road. I'm really big into the like tractor trailer scene, but a lot of my experience too is in the smaller equipment, hauling different stuff. And yeah, the videos, the purpose of them is to highlight just all of the different sectors within our industry, because truckload, like something delivered by a truck year over year, like we're talking millions and millions and millions of items are delivered by trucks. So it's really cool to highlight like, okay, so how does someone navigate in tight corridors? Or how do you back up in a scenario like that? Or, well, that's a really cool view of 6 trucks traveling down the road at the same time. So we feel, and I really feel that it's really important to get that on film, because you add some music to it, you add some cool effects, maybe some banners with some supportive language. And then all of a sudden, yeah, someone that's like, oh, I had no idea that's transportation. Oh, I want to do that. So part of it's recruiting in the industry. Part of it's just, I'd say, to really reflect what our professionals can do. So it could be a matter of, oh, I had no idea cargo securement was so, well, it was such a skill. I think sometimes as a people that operate just a passenger vehicle, so like mom's SUV, they'll see a pickup truck driving by with a bobcat on a trailer, and they're kind of like, oh, okay. But then when you actually think about every step it takes, A, to make sure that the vehicles are in good condition, they're safe, pre-trip inspection, paperwork's done, but then to put the bobcat on, even just loading process, it takes a little bit of practice. So it's definitely a skill. Cargo securement, so tying it down, A, safely, legally, using the right pieces of equipment for cargo securement. All of those things combined, there's a lot of different things that we can highlight just in a video clip. And the video really is 45 seconds, but it's pretty neat just what you can actually capture. And then Avery's definitely our editing expert. So he's really good at just kind of slicing and dicing the films and adding some good music. And we downloaded a really cool app too that gives us the opportunity just to do some stuff. And it's like, man, that looks sweet. So yeah, industry, get ready. Pivotal, our mother company, Pivotal Transportation Industry Solutions, we're definitely bringing some super cool stuff just to the industry again to serve. And yeah, really look forward to that. So kind of stole your thunder a little bit, buddy, but yeah, it's good to expand on the video.
I'm just, it just amazes me how people can get blindsided by the trucks. But it's also like when you know more about the trucks, it's just fascinating to know that even though they're just driving down a highway, they're doing it for a good purpose. They're doing it so that we can have happy lives, that we can live healthy, and that we can have good food, good water, good equipment, good things to do with the podcast. It's just amazing how they're doing it for such a great purpose.
Yeah, well, I agree. And we have family that they still operate over the road. And yeah, they're just, it's all incredible people. And I think, yeah, we'll just continue to highlight that, and we'll do it in different ways. So part of it is definitely the podcast. Part of it's the blog. So the Truck Focus blog is another thing that we've recently launched. So highly recommend you check it out. Just go into pvtlcompliance.com/truckfocusblog. Similar scope, just a different way to obtain information. So some people love reading. I'm a big reader. Avery's a big reader. So when you're reading, just different content. Yeah, so I'm an author for it. We have a couple other industry experts that they're going to be writing on the blog. So our friend Oriana, who's an industry workforce expert, she's awesome. But yeah, we have a couple of different people getting lined up that are going to write just their point of view, their perspective on the industry, which also is cool because as they write, you'll see them regularly on the podcast, either with myself and Avery. I'm just myself, maybe sometimes just Avery. Maybe Avery will start doing some interviews, which is pretty neat. But yeah, so the Truck Focus blog. So the Truck Focus blog, it's going to be pretty powerful, I'd say, in the industry. There's definitely some really high quality content out there right now that I read every day, and we definitely are trying to, get to that standard, I'd say, and just really, share really good insights. So
yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. And yeah, it's because some special guests that we're going to be talking about later might be joining the podcast, and either you and I, or just me, or just you, will be interviewing them, asking them questions, thus just seeing how just seeing their perspective of the industry.
That's right. That's, again, I think one of the highlights of the transportation industry. Again, it's different than what people normally think of, just say trucking, is the fact that there's so many different types of experts. So people that are they're at a shipper to a receiver. So the supply chain, it goes much bigger than that. But when you start filling in all of the blanks and all of the industry experts and the people that are creating value, there's so many different people, so many opportunities to really connect with good people that care about other successes, care about the safety, care about profitability, things that we really care about. And yeah, it's fascinating when you go to you don't have to go to a networking event. You can just go to a virtual event and listen to different people talk, and you're like, wow, that person's super intelligent. You can tell they know what they're talking about, but at the same time, you're like, I really want to connect with that person. And that could be at my experience in life, but that's also your experience in school too, where if you're you do your Google Meets, and it's pretty neat when some of your good friends now you've met through online school and Google Meets. So how about you share a little bit about that experience?
So just recently, not recently, it's 6 months ago in August of 2020, we moved into the brand new house, and I had to move away from 4 of my closest friends they're probably the closest friends I've ever had from like and meeting them in real life. And I haven't talked to them because the first time I talked to them was actually in February of 2021, and that was almost 4 months since move date, and it was just awesome to finally like I'd say get together virtually just to see how they've been and just talk about the fun stuff that we're doing right now. And for school, um, we do because I created a club for that we do some days after school hours. It's called the Friendship Club. So it's just like a club where people online or in my class can go and join the club and just like have Google Meets and just sorry, just join the Google Meets and just have fun, play games, talk about each other, and it's a great way experience just during these difficult times. Just a great experience for kids at young ages to see each other in a new environment, new community, even during these difficult times.
That's awesome. And what I really respect about that, there's a couple of things. So first, it's the leadership, because you really took it by the horns to say, and you were like, you know what, I want to create this. And it was neat because you were able to use skills that we're learning together with the Truck Focus podcast and with videos, and you're using Google, we're using Zoom. But yeah, similar platforms, but different. I get it. But it's neat when you're able to be like, oh, I could set that up because you have practice. And oh, I can present this because you have practice. And that's again something for us when we talk about what we've been up to, is just, let's say, the learning opportunity where, like, Avery, you're
Yes.
just an outstanding speaker. If it's on camera, if it's on microphone, and you're only going to get better. And I feel myself, it's something that I've gotten a little better at too, and I'll continue to practice and get better at, because yeah, it's just such a unique experience. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about connecting industry experts to the industry to create that change. So we're becoming industry experts in our areas to do the exact same thing. And yeah, so it's super exciting. So is there anything else on this episode that you would like to bring up?
There is one more thing. Actually, there's quite a few more things. One of those things is the Truck Focus blog. So my dad has created a blog, and I think he could explain much better than I could because he is the one who's writing the blogs on our website at pvtlcompliance.com, and he could probably tell you a little more detail about what he's been doing with the blog.
Very cool. So yeah, I mentioned the blog a little bit earlier, and it's pretty neat because again, it's a different platform. It's a different opportunity for people to learn. Part of it's industry, just what's going on, but I like learning different people's perspectives too. So I have some good friends that are super good writers, and I read all of their articles because it's nice kind of learning what they value in our industry. So for myself, when I'm writing, I'm trying to express what I value in people and situations, different circumstances. But at the same time, it's a really good way to highlight just different strategic partners that we have and different businesses out there that are doing a really good job. And I think sometimes, yeah, we're trying to work it on a different angle just to uplift industry experts. But yeah, there's definitely some cool stuff coming in the works with that too.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
What else, bud?
And like I mentioned earlier about the special guests that could be coming up today, or not today, sorry, in future dates and future episodes, um, we have connected with lots of industry experts and just seeing how they view the industry, seeing how they're taking action in the industry, and just connecting with them, just seeing, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. That sort of thing, and just seeing them, hey, I have a podcast. Do you want to join? And it's just insane how, because we've connected with probably hundreds of people through like LinkedIn and just meeting them in events. Well, not right now, but we have met people through events, and it's just insane how fast a relationship can form and a
Yeah,
bond, like a bond.
that's right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I think that ties really in really well just to, I'd say, what we're looking forward to. So as I said at the beginning of the episode, we've been up to so many things as we've built the Truck Focus podcast, Truck Focus blog, YouTube channel, working on a couple other projects, industry videos. And through that process, we've built some super strong relationships with some awesome people that are really just kicking some serious butt in the industry. It's awesome. So looking forward to the future, we're thinking, man, I can't wait to do like industry events again. Because you and I, we've been to a couple of truck shows, and we've been to different opportunities, or we've had different opportunities, where we can volunteer, and we're big advocates on that. And yeah, so just connecting with all of these experts, some of it's virtually, some of it's prior to the pandemic. Now knowing, okay, once things clear up and when we're able to do in-person events again, we know who we're aligning ourselves with. There's different events that we want to sponsor, so those are going to be super cool too. And yeah, it's awesome when you just know that you're building a really big, like, it's a tribe of just industry experts serving the industry, helping people, and knowing that, yeah, they're totally down being like, if we wanted to do, say, a backpack event like we've talked about before,
Yes.
right, where you have different people, but they're like-minded, they're like us, they like serving those in the industry, and they're like, yeah, I would totally be part of that. Or someone else suggests something and we're like, yeah, totally down. And yeah, that's what's, again, just so exciting about our industry. And I'd say those are the big things that we're looking forward to. Yeah, we have a big lineup. I'm humbled and I'm surprised and I'm excited all at the same time, just at the lineup that we have of industry experts that will be on the Truck Focus podcast. So again, for the future, it's super exciting. And yeah, so it's just overall, I'm pretty pumped. So how are you feeling, buddy?
Yep. I feel excited. I feel nervous. Great feelings. It's normal to feel those feelings, and it's just insane how quickly things can form in just months, years. Yeah.
Totally agree. So do you have any final words for our listeners today?
Yes, I do actually. And that would be, there's a lot more to see than meets the human eye.
Wise words. Very true. Good job, buddy. Yeah, no, that's very true. So okay. Well, in closing, we'll definitely close on that. So thanks so much, Avery, again for being on the podcast
Yeah.
today. It's just like I said, I'm super proud of you, super pumped that we're doing this together. And yeah, I know our listeners really value just the insight that you're sharing, the insight that I'm sharing. And yeah, it's going to be super exciting as we continue to just, yeah, serve our industry, connect industry experts. So one quickly, where can people find us on YouTube?
You can find us if you're on the YouTube app, YouTube website. If you're on the website, go to youtube.com, or if you're on the app, just go to the App Store, download YouTube, and search up Truck Focus Podcast. And I think actually at the end of podcast, there's the word YouTube in there, just to let us know that there's a YouTube channel for the podcast as well.
That's
And
right.
there you'll find, like I said before, positive videos, motivation videos, and you could probably find this video on that on the channel once we've launched the podcast.
That's right. Yeah. So by the time this video is live, you're right. Or yeah, once this video is live, the podcast will be launched. And
Yes.
so we're approaching that deadline quickly, which is awesome. We're super excited. But yeah, check us out on YouTube. So just go to youtube.com and then Truck Focus Podcast, as well as check out our website, PVTL Compliance, pvtlcompliance.com. Check out the blog, check out the podcast, definitely sign up. Lots of cool stuff happening weekly. And yeah, we just really are excited to continue to serve our industry. So thank you everyone for checking in today. Really appreciate your time to listening to Avery and I again talk about what we've been up to, what we're excited about in the future. So have a really good day, everyone.
Thanks for having me, Dad. Love you. Bye.
See ya. Bye.